What's up, everybody, and welcome back. Today we are in beautiful downtown Wendell and we're exploring this town. And the question that we're asking right now is this a town that you should be considering if you're thinking of moving to the Triangle area, and why it might be one of the Triangle's most overlooked towns right now? And it probably won't be for long. So let's go ahead and get some coffee and then we'll dive in. All right, so look, you know a place is coming up when you see just recently, in fact, just last week at the time of this filming, that a major home builder in our market is planning a 900 home subdivision here in Wendell. And there's already major subdivisions here that we're gonna get to and talk about. But this place is really up and coming. It's got this awesome downtown. But let's get the one con out of the way right now that maybe it's missing compared to some of the other suburbs around the Raleigh area. And that is that it just doesn't have quite all the shopping that all the other suburbs do. You've got a Publix, you've got a Starbucks, you've got those things that you need here, grocery stores, etc. You're missing a Target, stuff like that, right? But I suspect as the growth and residents continues to grow here, that stuff, like always, will follow, and soon it'll be here. So Wendell has this beautiful downtown that we're in right now, and it's really cool. You get this kind of small town feel still. In fact, there's still a car dealership in the middle of downtown. When was the last time you saw that? And so it's really neat that you've got this old-timey small town feel, yet they've added in all the new stuff, right? We just grabbed our coffee at a new coffee shop here in town. There's breweries. We're next to a social house right now with all kinds of arcade games and stuff. But the social house is next to a grill that's probably been here for the last 40 or 50 years, right? And so that's the kind of mix that you have here in downtown Wendell. You've got a lot of things that you can do here in downtown Wendell, but you don't always have an option to live exactly nearby, but there's a lot of older homes nearby. But if you live in the major subdivision here in Wendell called Wendell Falls, you've got easy access into downtown Wendell, easy access to all that Wendell Falls has to offer, and easy access into Raleigh. And Wendell's got this awesome downtown park that is really going to have some improvements over the next few years. They're going to be adding a splash pad to it. They're adding some greenways to downtown and throughout Wendell. But one of the coolest things that Wendell has that I don't know any other town around the Triangle that has this is they actually have a kayaking trail. I've never done it before. It sounds incredible. I would love to explore that. So if you've been, let us know in the comments below what you think of the kayaking trail. One of the other cool things about Wendell that we really see is that right now they're still on the up and coming, right? Downtown has not been completely revitalized like a downtown Cary or maybe a downtown Apex has. So they have the opportunity over the next 10, 15, 25 years to really be able to look at those towns and see what they got right and see what they got wrong, and then be able to implement that here into their growth plan. And one of the questions that we always get, and a big fear for folks, is that they're going to be moving to a place that's maybe on the decline. Well, what I would say to that is follow the trends, right? If the national builders here, they think that there is enough growth here in the Wendell area to support a 900 home subdivision, not to mention all the other subdivisions that have 100 to 300 homes in them, plus Wendell Falls, which is over 2,000 homes. Not to mention all of those, right? If they believe in the growth and the ability of people wanting to move here and the demand here, I would concede that, in fact, this is a place on the up and coming, right? So always follow the trends. Don't be afraid that maybe you're coming in too early or too late. I think right now, if you're looking to come in early to somewhere, you still have an opportunity to be early into Wendell. Now, it's not what it was 5 years ago. The opportunity then was huge, but not everybody could see it. I think right now, everybody can see the opportunity that Wendell has to offer over the next 5, 10, and 15 years. This is a town that hasn't seen the kind of growth that it's seeing right now ever before. So you're seeing a lot of builders come into Wendell and build new communities. Just on our drive in from Raleigh, we saw a ton of new construction communities coming online. I've mentioned it several times, but Lennar is building a 900 home community here. So there's a lot of opportunities here. They also have some really nice 55 plus communities located within Wendell Falls. And one of the key features to me that's really cool about that is they have their own pool, their own community clubhouse, and it's a really nice feel. You have the opportunity to still live in Wendell Falls, but everybody in the 55+ community gets their kind of own set of clubhouse and amenities, which is really nice. So we continue to see new construction being the driver of sales here in the Wendell area. And I think that's going to continue for years to come. Again, mainly because there's land available here for the builders to build on, and there's demand from people wanting to buy here. So I think that trend will continue. And one of the questions that we get when people buy here in Wendell or considering Wendell is, am I going to like it there? Well, and it's always hard to say for anything, right? But what we found out from clients, and we've had a lot of clients move to the Wendell area, is in fact that they love it here. That once they get here, they realize that they have everything that they need. They don't have to travel into Raleigh or into Cary to go find the things that they need. They have all the Starbucks and Publix that they need, and then they can come into downtown and grab a beer at a Bearded Bee brewery, or grab a coffee, or go out to dinner somewhere here in downtown. So they have all of those features that they're looking for that they thought, maybe I'm gonna have to drive to those. And in fact, they don't have to do that. And the drive is another thing people ask us about. Well, what if I have to drive into Raleigh? And I would say what we have learned is that while that's a concern as people consider moving here, it's in fact usually not a reality. Most people, again, find that they have everything they need here in Wendell. But ultimately, if you do end up having to drive into Raleigh, you're only looking at about a 20 to 25-minute drive, depending upon where you're going in the downtown area. So it's really not that bad. And most of that drive is highway driving, right? You're on Highway 64. It's an easy drive into Raleigh. And so it's not this like long 2-lane road that you're gonna have to commute on. You're literally going on a highway and you pop right off an exit to get into downtown Raleigh. All right, so another key factor to Wendell is that there's a wide range of the types of housing that you can find here in the area. We recently had a client buy an older home here in the area, close to downtown, walkable into downtown Wendell. Really nice home, and that was in the low 300s. And you can also move into Wendell Falls, which is a planned community, smaller yards, but you get that big kind of planned community feel. They've got a cafe, they've got multiple pools, and that's gonna come at a different price point. Wendell Falls, you're looking anywhere from the high 300s. You can even get over $1 million on some of the homes there. Now, that probably is the highest prices that we'll see in Wendell for the time being, is in Wendell Falls. Some of the larger homes do run up to $1 million. Those are fewer and far between. Typically, the highest prices we see there, $750 to $800 or so. But again, for the most part, looking in Wendell Falls, you can find affordable, newer homes anywhere from the $400,000 to about $700,000 range. And again, there's just a wide range of types of homes in that community to give you those options and the diversity of housing that people need when they're looking in different price ranges. People do love Wendell Falls. Again, if you've ever seen 12 Oaks and Holly Springs, which we've talked about before, Wendell Falls is done by the same developer who did 12 Oaks, and it's got a very similar feel. It's got this feel that you kind of come into the community, and in fact, you never need to leave again. Once you're there, you can go to the pool, you can go to the cafe, shopping's close by, and it just kind of has this like feel that you're at a resort or something. It's a really cool feeling, and people do love that about Wendell Falls. But you can also live here near downtown and still have that bigger yard and be able to walk into downtown and not live in a planned community. So again, right now, there's a wide range of types of homes here in the Wendell area. Again, like we've talked about, there's a lot of new construction coming into the area, so that's going to continue to change over the next few years. Another factor that we always talk to people about is think about how you live your life and how much time you want to spend in your car, and do you want to pull your hair out while you're driving, right? Here in Wendell, I don't think you're going to do that. Access through the town's easy. If you live in Wendell Falls, the shopping center with Publix is literally right next to the neighborhood. So I would definitely consider that factor, that currently at least, the ease of accessibility here in Wendell is probably better than it is in most towns throughout the Triangle, just because of the population. All right, so we hope you enjoyed this video on why Wendell currently is one of the most underrated places in the Triangle and why you probably should be considering moving here. And if you are, or you're considering a move anywhere into the Triangle area, here's our number, text me, call me. We have people reach out all the time, and we're happy to set up a time to meet and help them discuss the areas and which areas may fit best for them. And if you're interested in learning about other affordable communities, including Wendell, watch our video right here.